I know some people will be saying, why are they cutting this hair? My dear, half of this hair you are seeing is split ends. What they are trimming off as split ends, not the real length of the hair. Some people, I can't trim my hair. Nye, 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 nye.
If your hair is dry, brittle, and breaks off easily like this pasta, that's a great indicator that you need to add moisture. And if your hair is too soft and gummy and it doesn't hold its curl like this, that's a sign that you might need protein.
10 surprising mistakes that are ruining your natural hair. And trust me, some of these might shock you. So let's get started. So mistake number 1 is not cleansing often enough. I know we have all been told not to wash our natural hair too often because it dries it out. But hey, going too long without cleansing your scalp leads to product buildup. It clogs your follicles and your hair struggles to grow if you're not able to cleanse it on time. Your scalp needs to breathe. Using a gentle free shampoo or a clay wash to keep your hair clean without stripping it is the way to go. Mistake number 2 is messing up with your protein moisture balance. Too much protein makes your hair stiff and dry. Not enough makes it weak and lifeless. Finding that right balance is everything. So pay attention to how your hair feels after you wash. If it's snapping, it probably needs moisture. If it feels mushy and it doesn't hold your style, it might need a little bit more protein.
Now, we all know that everybody's hair texture is completely different, so therefore the products that you use and how you cater to your hair is going to be different as well. But no matter what, you must maintain and establish the amount of protein and moisture that you provide into your hair in your healthy hair regimen. Protein moisture balance is basically narrowed down to 3 things. It's when your hair has the proper amount of hydration, nutrients, and strength.
If your hair is dry, brittle, and breaks off easily like this pasta, that's a great indicator that you need to add moisture. And if your hair is too soft and gummy and it doesn't hold its curl like this, that's a sign that you might need protein.
Mistake number 3 is keeping your protective style in for too long. Now, we all love a good protective style, but leaving your braids or your wigs or your twist in for too long can cause a bit of matting and buildup and tension at your roots. So give your hair some break in between styles. 4 to 6 weeks is usually the maximum, and always cleanse and treat your scalp in between the installments.
There is no possibility. None. It's a never for me, okay? It will never, ever, ever work, ever. And I've been saying this to these people for a very long time.
Mistake number 4 is not stretching your natural hair enough. Shrinkage is beautiful, no doubt about it. But leaving your hair in a shrunken form all the time can lead to tangles. It can lead to single strand knots and breakage. So use heatless stretching methods like braids. I prefer African threading to keep your hair more manageable without really damaging it.
Here's how I double the length of my 4C hair using the African threading method. The thread that I used was Brazilian yarn, which is made of wool and was basically the only thing I can find on Amazon. When I was younger, I would actually use a different thread, and I'll throw an image of it here.
Mistake number 5 is using t-shirts and towels the wrong way. Switching the t-shirt instead of a towel is great. We all advise that. But if you are still rubbing your hair or being rough, it will cause friction and breakage, even when you're using a towel. Always gently squeeze or bloat your hair dry. Never rub. No rubbing. Mistake number 6 is ignoring invisible split ends. Not all split ends are obvious. So sometimes your hair just feels rough or tangles easily or it can't hold a style. That's a sign that your hair needs a trim, or even if you can't see the splits, you gotta do like a little bit of search and destroy trim regularly to snip off the weak and rough strands.
Them split ends way too high. You need to cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Hey, cut it. Cut it.
Here are 2 things you need to be doing in order to minimize your chances of split ends. Number 1 is dusting your ends. And what dusting is literally looking at your ends and seeing if you have any outliers. I'm going to try to find one. Typically I don't, but You're just basically going to analyze your ends, and if you see anything that needs to be cut, you just go ahead and snip it. And the easiest way to dust your ends when your hair is either stretched or in a style such as 2-strand twists.
Mistake number 7 is using the wrong hair accessories. Okay, those cheap ties with metals, those old elastic bands, yeah, they are tearing your hair. So switch to certain scrunches, something like this, or some seamless hair bands, or those that are soft age-friendly clips to protect your strands, especially around your edges.
Stop holding your hair with rubber bands. Seriously, stop. They might be convenient, but they are also your hair's worst enemy. They pull, they tag, and yes, they lead to breakage. Instead, use hair-friendly alternatives. Satin scrunchies aren't just stylish. They are saviors from breakage and stress. This may seem like a small detail, but one that can compromise the health and integrity of your hair. Don't sacrifice your hair's health for convenience. Embrace alternatives that respect and protect your hair.
Mistake number 8 is over oiling your scalp. Yes, you heard me, over oiling. A lot of people think that the more oil the better, right? But heavy oiling can clog your pores. It can attract dirt and it can suffocate your scalp. So use oils sparingly. I'm not saying you shouldn't use it at all, but sparingly, okay? To stimulate blood flow. So focus on massaging your scalp to stimulate blood flow and hair growth. Mistake number 9 is using the same routine all year round. I know I'm guilty of that. Your hair needs change. So what works for you in summer might not necessarily help your hair, or might dry your hair and make it brittle in the winter. So switch to heavier butters or creams when it's cold, and you can go for lighter oils when it's warm or humid. The last mistake that could be ruining your hair is neglecting the internal health. So healthy hair doesn't just start on your head. Diet's off, if you're stressed or if you're dehydrated, it's going to show up in your hair. So prioritize water, iron, biotin-rich foods, and managing your stress, and you're going to see a difference in how your hair grows, because healthy hair starts from the inside out. And probably you have heard this over again. You've heard it in so many ways. And that's it, guys. Those are the 10 surprising mistakes that might be sabotaging your natural hair that you may not necessarily know. So how many of these are you guilty of? So let's be honest about it in the comment section below about what we're guilty of. And if you found this video helpful, do not forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss the next one. Let me know in the comment section below what you're guilty of. I want to hear, and I'm going to also share what I'm guilty of on the 10 that I've shared in this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.